Hi there. So this is the second of my vlogs. Now I realised after I posted my vlog last time that actually the sound was a little bit quiet, so I played around with the settings. This is the world we live in at the moment. This is the lockdown world. Turned out every time I was going on Skype to do Skype calls with friends and family, for some strange reason my volume settings were jumping all over the place, and anyway, long story short, we figured out why it was doing that. And now there shouldn't be too much of a problem. So anyway, here I am, and apologies as well for this being a little bit too late. It was actually my husband's birthday on Friday, and we kind of made a bit of a weekend out of it, so rather than sit down and come up with this vlog, I decided I'd actually spend some time with him over the weekend. I think that's only fair. So yes, this is a couple of days late, and I will try and get these things out over the weekends in future. But I think I had a pretty good excuse, as he had a lockdown birthday, bless him. It went as well as could be. He had cake, we did some video calls with friends and family. It was what it was, and we'll try and make up for it in the future. So what I wanted to talk about in this edition of my vlog was how I took part in my first ever Gish. Now, if you don't know what this is it's a scavenger hunt, and you do all these weird and wonderful things, and it's all done for charity, and it was all part of something that it's all Misha Collins' fault, basically. If you don't know who he is, you should do by now if you know who I am. Anyway, he's an actor and he plays Castiel on Supernatural, and he came up with this charity a while back, and this has been going on for a number of years now. Usually there's this huge scavenger hunt that takes place. It's like a global thing every year. But of course this year is a little bit different because everyone's in lockdown. I've wanted to take part in this scavenger hunt before, but I've never really had the balls to do it. And so I decided to take part in it this time around. And it was fantastic because I've managed to meet some wonderful people doing it from all over the world. Our team was fantastic, and one of my team members actually lives just up the road from me, and we're going to meet up once lockdown is all over and done with, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's amazing. I'm going to come out of lockdown with more friends than I went into lockdown with, which seems bizarre. Like, how do you meet people when you can't leave your house? Well, this is why I'm so glad that we live in this technological era. So going into this sort of home edition of Gish, I was really nervous because I really didn't know what to expect. I've heard stories, I've seen pictures that have come out of previous ones, but I didn't know what was going to happen exactly. It was fantastic that we had a great group of people. There were about 8 of us in the end that were able to complete the tasks that were on hand. There were 54 tasks, and the idea is that you get points, different numbers of points for completing these different tasks based on difficulty and things like that. We were only in it for the fun of it, though. We didn't want to take it too seriously. There were some groups that were really competitive and really taking it seriously. We just wanted to have a good laugh, meet some new people, form some new friendships, and that's really what it was all about for us, and that's what we did. And I went from being incredibly nervous to having this incredibly supportive group of people that I absolutely loved spending time with over that particular weekend. The things that I did, the ones that I chose, was to write a letter to somebody saying thank you for something in my life, and I wrote a letter to my old history teacher because he really sort of changed my life, and he put so much more effort into his teaching than he really needed to. There was a time when I was doing my GCSEs, if you're watching from outside the UK, GCSEs are exams that we take when we're 16, and he took us up to London one day on a Saturday, and it wasn't everyone in the class. There were maybe about a dozen of us that went up to London, and we toured all these different museums, and we got to go to all these different places like St Thomas's Hospital, the Wellcome Museum, places like that, to help us, to give us a bit more of a boost and advantage when we were doing our GCSE exams and our final assessment pieces. And he didn't have to do that. Yes, we had to pay to go up there, of course we did, but he didn't have to take time out of his weekend to spend more time with us, and that really made a difference to me. And he was the only teacher that noticed me in my time at school, I was kind of middling. I did all right. I got fairly decent grades. I did all right. I had to work quite hard to get the really good grades whenever I got them. But I was one of those ones that I wasn't struggling and I wasn't exceptional. But he noticed something in me and he encouraged me in a way that no other teacher ever did, and shaped the course of my life. He's the reason I went on to university to study history. He's the reason I still have such an... along with my mother as well, who also has a passion for history. He was the reason why I stuck with the subject. He was one of the reasons I became such a big Beatles fan. I really liked the Beatles when I was in my teens, and he was old enough to have seen them live, and we would talk about the Beatles and share stories about what our favourite albums were and things like that. So I just really wanted to write that letter. It's one of the tasks, but write that letter as a kind of thank you to him for all the things that he'd done for me. I also made an elephant out of toilet roll inserts, and I'm really hoping there's more where that came from, because we have plenty of them. There's an admission. I thanked essential workers by putting something up in the window, a piece of artwork in the window. I did a postcard about somewhere that I'd really like to go with my husband when all this is over and we're allowed out of lockdown, and I wrote a haiku about washing hands, which is now stuck up above my magic toilet, which I'll have to show you someday. Like I say, out of the team of 8 of us, there were 54 challenges in total, and we managed to complete 30 odd of them, which was really good, considering we were just doing it for fun. The fact that 8 of us managed to do 30 of these challenges was just fantastic, and some of the stuff that my teammates did was just incredible. One of them sort of crocheted a toilet roll, and it's fantastic, and apparently that's coming my way, and I can't wait. I'm really excited about that. But some of it was incredible, and like there's a lot of toilet roll actually. Displaying a toilet roll is the treasure that it is. Oh, it was fantastic. It was so much fun, and just some really silly things that people did with their kids, and just some amazing photography skills and artwork. And my thing is writing, which is why I chose more of the writing skills ones. I can picture what I want in my head, but I can never ever get my hand to draw it the way I want it to come out. So that's why I did a lot of the writing ones. But it was great because everybody had different skills, everyone brought something different, and yet we all had these connections. We were all there because we were interested in some similar things, and that's how we got attracted to taking part in the first place. And that was just wonderful, getting this group of wonderful people together for just some fun. It was something to look forward to in lockdown as well. I will definitely be doing full hunt in future once lockdown's over and we're allowed to do a full hunt. That's something I really want to take part in. There's some amazing people. There's a map on the app that you can get that goes along with all of this, and it shows you where people are around you who are taking part. And I was amazed at just how many people just up the road from me were taking part in this challenge. So I would really like to kind of do a kind of local get-together type thing for a full hunt in future. That would be amazing. Like I say, the most important thing was that we raised a lot of money for charity, and we managed to get together a group of wonderful people who I'm now in contact with on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram, things like that. And I really hope that stays the case. It was just such good fun. I just thoroughly enjoyed every second of it. And the good news is, and I guess this is another reason for waiting until Monday to announce this, there's going to be another hunt. There's going to be another mini stay-at-home hunt. That's taking place at the end of May, and the sign-up is today, and I'm really excited, and I'm just waiting for the confirmation to come through that we can sign up, because I'm signing up like that, because I really want to take part in this thing again. It was just so much fun last time. So that's kind of what I've been up to. And like I say, I'm going to try and get these things out on a more sort of regular basis, but I think I had a pretty good excuse. So next time I'll be talking about things that I've been missing in lockdown, things that I can't wait to do again once all of this is over and we can revert to normal. I say that because I don't think that life is going to be able to revert to normal for quite some time, but we'll see how that goes. So in the meantime, stay indoors, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I want to see as many of you in the future as I could see now. Sending virtual hugs your way. Bye.